We were 90% through the divorce. The papers were filed, the house was sold, and nearly all the assets were divided. We were just days away from a final hearing. Then, during a grueling late-night mediation session, something shifted. We stopped arguing about the money, the furniture, and the cars, and we started talking about US. We talked about how we got here, the good times we'd almost forgotten, and the future we were about to throw away. This is the story of the 1% of cases where the final decree is never signed and a reconciliation begins. One of the first, most surreal steps was filing a notice of dismissal with the court. It's a simple piece of paper, but it felt monumental. It was us together telling the judge, never mind. It felt like hitting a giant reset button on our lives. Our lawyers were shocked. They'd seen us at our worst, and now they were seeing something they rarely witness. A couple pulling back from the brink. The legal battle was over, and the emotional healing could finally start. For anyone in a similar situation, it's worth knowing that legal separation can sometimes be a smarter first step than divorce. A legal separation handles all the same issues: custody, support, division of assets, but it leaves the door open for reconciliation because you're still legally married. It gives you the space to live separately and work on your issues without the finality of a divorce. If things improve, you can just dismiss the separation. If not, converting it to a divorce is a relatively simple process. It's a safety net that many people don't know about. For us, we had gone straight for divorce, which made our reconciliation feel even more like a miracle. After we dismissed the case, we entered what I can only describe as a post-separation honeymoon phase. It was strange and wonderful. We were dating again, but with the benefit of knowing everything about each other. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The pressures that had torn us apart were gone. There were no more arguments about chores or finances because we had already negotiated all of that in the ugliest way possible. We had seen each other's darkest sides during the legal fight, and strangely, that created a new kind of trust. We knew what the bottom looked like, and we both knew we never wanted to go back there. The biggest lesson we learned from the war was how to preserve the peace. The divorce process forced us to communicate in a brutally honest way. We had to lay all our cards on the table. We learned to listen, truly listen, not just to wait for our turn to speak. We had to learn to respect each other's perspectives, even when we disagreed, because a judge would eventually force us to. We realized that if we had applied even half of that effort to our marriage before it fell apart, we never would have ended up in a lawyer's office. The whole ordeal taught us what was truly important. It wasn't the house or the bank accounts. It was the shared history, the partnership, and the family we had built. We had to almost lose everything to realize what we truly had. Now we treat our marriage with the care and attention it deserves. We have regular check-ins, we don't let resentments build, and we remember the lessons learned from our near divorce. It was a painful, expensive, and emotionally draining experience, but in the end, it was the war that saved our marriage and led us to a peace we never thought was possible. If our story resonates with you, I hope it gives you a little bit of hope. Sometimes the end is actually a new beginning. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more stories about navigating life's biggest challenges.